Good morning, beloveds. Okay, apparently my voice is going to be a little weird. I just spent, an hour and 20 in the park. Got buzzed by a blue jay at least once. May have gotten a couple of good pictures of blue jays and got some darn right cute pictures of squirrels. So that's what I did with my Saturday morning. All right, it is April 16th. Our title is Faith. Our first quote is, "Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." And that is Hebrews 11:1. And then from the Science of Mind, "There is no one who believes more in faith, more in prayer, more in the necessity of the divine will being done than they who practice daily the Science of Mind." And that is the Science of Mind, page 160. All right. The Living Bible gives us this translation of Paul's writing on faith. What is faith? It is the confident assurance that something we want is going to happen. It is the certainty that what we hope for is waiting for us, even though we cannot see it up ahead. When we plant carrots, we fully expect carrots to appear. We do not worry about whether the dirt is providing essential minerals or in perfect growing conditions, nor do we dig up the seeds every few days to see if anything is happening. We are certain that we will have carrots if we water the plants and keep the garden free of weeds. We need to have the same faith with our prayers, affirmations, and spiritual treatments. We cannot see bunches of beautiful orange carrots when we plant the seeds, but we have the picture of them vividly in our minds, perhaps aided by the picture on the package. What we put into the soil is nothing at all like a carrot in appearance. Similarly, when we desire a healthy body, loving relationship, or a new job, we need to create a vivid picture of exactly what we want. We must be specific. We can follow the example of Jesus in giving thanks immediately that God hears our request, even though we have not yet seen the manifestation. We can be confidently assured that our desire is being acted upon. As the days pass, we keep our mental garden free of weeds and provide the fertile ground of acceptance and thanksgiving. When we know that our divine source is aware of our needs and acts upon them, we can participate as co-creators in bringing about the kind of life we desire. This is living our faith. I know God is my source of supply, and today I remain completely certain that all I need is being provided. I accept every good gift with a thankful heart, and I am blessed. And this is Jean Anderson, J.A. Okay. Every faith talks about faith. And we all kind of come at it a little differently. I'm always reminded of the Martin Luther King quote of faith is taking the first step even when we can't see the whole staircase. Because that's exactly what it's about. It's about being willing to move forward as if what we want is already in existence. And we are moving to it. And maybe it is. Maybe it is already existence. Or maybe it's coming into form. Or maybe it's just an idea. And there are steps that we need to take to get there. And the garden method is extremely effective unless you've never gardened before. Where we talk about... You were not who that was... Okay. Hang on. Okay. Off the floor. Off. Okay. Rita was driving me crazy for the bowl. Okay. She had faith she was going to get that bowl. But she was going to drive me crazy until she did. Okay, so let's go back to the garden method. So, when you plant seeds, they look nothing like the plant. But I like the fact that Jean used the analogy of we keep a clear picture of beautiful bunches of orange carrots in our mind, possibly aided by the picture on the package of the seeds. And that's the beautiful thing about science of mind is you can use any technique that you need to keep your mind focused on the results. And if a picture is what helps you, I mean, how many classes have everybody done on vision boards? Where you create the picture from what, if you are an artist and can draw it or paint it or what have you, or if you're a storyteller and you can write it or speak it, or if you are, a lot of the vision board classes, they use magazines. They cut pictures out of magazines to create what they wanted, to give yourself a visible representation of what it is that you want. And then you can keep your mind focused on that. And then, because she makes the comment about weeds, you can keep your mental garden free of weeds. So anytime you start to have a doubt, which is what a weed would be in your mental garden, you go and you look at your picture and you focus on your picture and you go, nope, this is what I want. I have no doubts. This is I can have this. Because frequently the doubts are worthiness issues. It's like, well, I'm not worthy of this. Well, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. So, that's why we use that analogy. It's incredibly effective. And anybody who's planted anything knows that the minute you pull it up, you damage the roots, which then stunts the growth. So that's why it's like you don't go back and do the treatment again. Each treatment is going to be a new treatment. And most of the time what you're doing is you're treating the weeds or the doubts that crop up. Or maybe you have an adjustment because maybe something that you want is starting to come through, but it isn't exactly what you thought. And so you're like, well, maybe I need to amend this. And you are more than welcome to amend it. So in that case, then you're doing a treatment where you're going, okay, well, this is what I want. Let me make this amendment to what I thought I wanted. And that's perfectly okay. Because as she says later on down, you are a co-creator. All right. Because as you are moving towards manifestation, then you are going to take certain steps and actions and things like that is going to bring what it is that you want into fruition. And at any point in that, as a co-creator, you are allowed to change your mind, change your treatment, and even change the whole goal if you like. We don't get to say how. And when we say be specific about the what, we still want to be somewhat vague. It's like give spirit an outline. As it is in love, you can't pick a specific person. You can line out the characteristics of the person that you want, but you can't pick a specific person. The same with a house. It's like, it's this house at this address. This is exactly what I want. Well, you haven't been in the house. Are you sure that's what you want? So you say, these are the qualities that I like. List out what it is about the house that you like. And maybe you will get that house. Maybe the person in the house will decide that it's time for them to move and you will get, but don't limit yourself by doing that. Okay. All right. So let's go back now that we've talked about faith a little bit. And we're doing it on Holy Saturday, which I find really interesting. Okay. So faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, which is why I like this is from Hebrews 11:1, which is why I like the Martin Luther King. It's like faith is being willing to take the first step without needing to see the whole staircase. I went into ministerial school with one idea, came out with a completely different idea, but I was willing to take the first step without knowing what it was going to look like when I got to the other end. 8-10 years later, I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected, but it's better. So, okay. And then from the Science of Mind, there is no one who believes more in faith, more in prayer, or more in the necessity of the divine will being done than they who practice daily the Science of Mind. And that is from page 160. So please go read that in context. Okay. And I like the fact that she starts out with the Living Bible. It's not a dead document. It's still open to interpretation, to change with the times. Because if it's only talking about people 2,000 years ago in a desert, what does it have to do with us? So it is a living, breathing document. That's the whole point of the Talmud, They take, they have a group of scholars that go back and look at the text and go, and how does this apply to modern life? Okay, so the Living Bible gives us this translation of Paul's writing on faith. What is faith? It is the confident assurance that something we want is going to happen. It is the certainty that what we hope for is waiting for us, even though we cannot see it up ahead. It's already an idea in God, but it may take some work on our part. So it's faith that the idea already exists. When we plant carrots, we fully expect carrots to appear. We do not worry about whether the dirt is providing essential minerals and perfect growing conditions, nor do we dig up the seeds every few days to see if anything is happening. We are certain that we will have carrots if we water the plants and keep the garden free of weeds. And that right there, we water the garden and keep the garden free of weeds. So when we treat for something, we have actions to take. So it's not just plant the seeds and walk away. There's maintenance, but it's not pulling up the seeds. It's making sure the seeds have what they need. Do they need water? Do they need sunlight? Now, she said not to worry about the minerals, but you can buy plant food. So if it doesn't have the minerals, then you can add them when you water them. So, I might disagree with her just a little bit right there. We need to have the same faith with our prayers, affirmations, and spiritual treatments. We cannot see bunches of beautiful orange carrots when we plant the seeds, but we have to picture them vividly in our minds, okay? Which is the point of a treatment. Perhaps aided by the picture on the package, which means whatever you need to keep your goal in mind, please use. If it is the picture on the package, or create the drawing or painting or story or, vision board, please do that. Whatever it is that helps you to keep your goal clear in mind. What we put into the soil is nothing at all like a carrot in appearance. Similarly, when we desire a healthy body, loving relationships, or new job, we need to create a vivid picture of exactly what we want. We must be specific without limiting ourselves. We can follow the example of Jesus in giving thanks immediately that God hears our requests, even though we have not yet seen the manifestation. And the power of that is the way it makes us feel. There's something about the power of thank you, the power of gratitude, that creates this incredible feeling within ourselves. Okay. And it's a good feeling to walk around in. We can be confidently assured that our desire is being acted upon. As the days pass, we keep our mental garden free of weeds and provide the fertile ground of acceptance and thanksgiving. Why do we ask? It signals our willingness to accept. And that's what we have to keep open. We have to keep our acceptance open. And we have to be willing to accept that it won't look exactly like what we said. It might be a little different. It might be a lot different. And that's the power of gratitude, because gratitude can open our hearts to other options. When we know that our divine source is aware of our needs and acts upon them, then we can participate as co-creators in bringing about the kind of life we desire. That's what I'm saying. We can amend. We can change our minds. But if we change our minds, and when I say change our minds, I don't mean every time we turn around, because that isn't in essence pulling up the seeds. All right. That's not what we want to do. But as things start to manifest, if we realize that they're not quite what we thought we wanted, that's when we can amend them. That's when we can change them. That's when we can do a new treatment. So I don't mean change your mind every time you turn around. I mean change your mind within reason as things manifest. This is living our faith. I know God is my source of supply, and today I remain completely certain that all I need is being provided. I accept every good gift with a thankful heart, and I am blessed. All right, that is Jean Anderson. So then today, what is the mission? The mission, should we choose to accept it? I would say that our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to picture whatever it is that we are working on vividly. Use whatever medium that it takes to picture our goal or goals vividly. So if you are an artist at any medium, create your art, create your goal. And then use that to focus. Use that as your garden. Use that, like every time you walk by it, be grateful. Every time you walk by it. And then take the actions. You are going to water and weed your garden. Anytime something crops up, you go back and look at that. And then you pull that weed up. And then every time you see it, be grateful. So picture it vividly and be grateful. That's the mission. All right, beloveds, since we talked about faith today, and the other thing that I always suggest every day is the same thing, to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. My usual suggestions: take 3 deep breaths before you speak. Actually engage all 5 of your senses in drinking something or eating something. Like really enjoy whatever it is that you are eating or drinking. Go for a walk, take a nap, take the day off. It's Saturday, which I like to call Catterday because it's the day that I pick to snuggle with my cats. It is my day to rest and get ready for Sunday. So, which is Easter. So, there's that. All right, beloveds. And there we go. It is, it's important to be loving, kind, and compassionate with yourself. You deserve it. You are a beloved child of God, and you deserve your own love, your own kindness, your own compassion. The other thing about it is by practicing it on yourself, you are creating a permanent habit. You are creating a first response, what I like to call a default setting. Because if you can do it for yourself, you can do it for absolutely anybody. Trust me on this one. All right, beloveds. I'm going to encourage you, as I always do, to do something to engage your mind and your body. It is muggy out there, so drink plenty of water. I would also tell you to get a face full of sun, but it's cloudy out there. I don't think it's going to rain today, but it's going to rain on Easter, so that should be interesting. But you have bright lights wherever you can get them. Get a face full of sun early in your day. Or face full of bright light. That'll help reset your hormones. I already said the water thing because it's muggy out there. So I'm going to go do that. Go get some water. And then open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. And it's a matter of looking for the good and praising it. Or creating the good. We talked about faith. We talked about creating that picture. You can create your own good. And then you can praise it. Because there is nothing like gratitude. The feeling of gratitude is pretty cool and amazing. And it can make any situation better. It's like you walk into a hot mess, you look around and you be grateful for what you got, and that will set you on the path to righting whatever the hot mess is that you walked into. Okay. So tomorrow is Easter. We are going to have an Easter service. You can come in person or you can watch it online or later on YouTube, because I'll get it up on YouTube sometime that day. And then there was something else and it's gone. So, which is why I always suggest email info@creativelife.org. Get on the constant contact. That way you will know what's going on even when I don't, because my brain shorts out. All right. So Have a good day, a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a holy Saturday, an enchanting day, a magical day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. Whole thing about being a beloved child of God, it is a state of grace. It cannot be earned, and it can't be taken away. All right. Catch us on the social medias if you need us. You know Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you today. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. And then we will have a cool Easter service. So, have a great day. Know that you're loved. And I will see you next time.